Yep. Oh, but he can't see. He might not. Can you see?
I'm gonna set him up with lights right now.
Good.
He likes it then.
Good. It's a vibe.
Oh, this is cool. This is rockstar. My mic doesn't work, but we don't care, right?
It does work. It's recording. It's just not projecting.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there's no feedback.
So, yeah, that's why I said no feedback.
Nice.
Yeah. So we.
Is this light help?
Actually, Jane, you know what you can do? Here, bring me the phone real quick. We can go live on mine too. Will you hold it?
Yeah.
When we do that? Now I'm getting really...
You should have. What else we got to show?
Okay, you
on
can
the live. You got to
go
show
live on mine.
Painting too. Oh, he's on there. So.
Yeah, and we're on Facebook Live right now.
So you just want me to hold it and live?
So at some
But
point,
you have to go live
at
first.
some point, you should put that on that so they can see him too.
Oh yeah, you can move around with it.
Okay, so I'll like move
But
around.
go live.
But also my live
Starting.
Is it actually live? Let me
too.
see.
I'm actually live
Well,
right
it's
now.
checking connection.
Okay.
We live right now. See.
Hi.
You're live.
Hey.
We are?
All right.
Cool. So you can like have fun.
Stories.
Yeah, take some stories.
Yeah.
But I want to also show what's going on over there because it's really artsy fartsy. I like it.
You want me to do that right now?
Yeah, show him. There's a lot going on over here. While we're talking, he's going to be doing art.
Yes.
I like that concept.
I knew you would like that concept.
I like it a lot.
So
Every time when we perform, I have an artist on stage.
Wow.
really? Wow. No.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you.
What's it called?
Black Honey.
Okay, so
Oh,
this show is called
thank you.
Humanizing the Icon. And before I even get into it, I want to ask you, what does that phrase conjure for you? Humanizing the icon.
Well, if you're referring to me as an icon, so when you say humanizing, it means like, finding the relatable things to the masses that I do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is what makes me a superhero.
So making what you do accessible to the masses.
Well, I go through the same things that everyone else goes through. I just react to it different.
Okay, we're going to come back to that. So welcome to Humanizing the Icon. Chelio, can you say hello?
Hello.
Okay, we don't see you, but...
Well, we can see him on the screen. Look.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Chelio. Okay.
So put that. Somebody help work this camera too.
This is all very experimental, people. This is our first
art.
in-studio live.
This is art.
So
I like this
Chelio
shit. See, he's drawing right there.
Chelio Bordin is a perception artist, originally from Italy,
Now bring it to him. Now bring it to him. I'm sorry.
who transforms the energy of our talk into live art, just with the use of energy and a fountain pen. Hi, Chelio. Do you have anything you want to say before we get started? No.
Yes. Hello.
Okay. We can talk to you afterwards.
Oh, I don't have audio, maybe.
Yeah, your sound isn't working, so.
Okay. I'm very excited. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, I'm very
I can't
excited.
hear you, Chelio.
Shiraz.
Okay.
Can they hear you, Stephanie?
I think it's right.
Okay.
It's right there.
It's okay.
Nobody's answering me at all.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I'll just explain that Humanizing the Icon was birthed out of the exploration with my film, Mary Pickford. She's the mother of Hollywood, the mother of the storytelling field. And in film, as you would expect, is not a conventional biopic. It's actually art.
There's nothing about you.
Exactly. Pop culture icons in the movie because Pickford is their mother.
Right.
She was the first celebrity, the first female producer. She was the first bohemia in Hollywood.
Nice.
And the art was invited to the Venice Biennale to be curated in an exhibit in Venice in 2019 called Humanizing the Icon. So this chat series, this talk, this podcast was birthed out of the exploration of peeling back the masks we wear, persona, identity, spirituality, all the way to pop culture. What is icon? By definition in the dictionary, it's actually image. So lots of things have come up talking to visionaries and artists on this show, and I'm very excited to hear what you think of humanizing and an icon. And you were saying you are a superhero, and you don't do things the way anybody else does things.
I don't react to things. the way everyone reacts to things. Yeah, my approach and my narrative is always different.
Can you elaborate on what makes it different?
Well, I make a point not to do what everyone else is doing. I look at the masses, it's like going through an airport. They tell you when they get in line, what gate to go to, when they get searched, when they show ID. The masses always have a master. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be controlled. So I don't want to be a part of what everyone else is doing. I want to do things different so I'll be the only one in control. So I've always felt like, the things that are implemented in our world are meant to control us, just like when you're in an airport. The things we're taught, the patterns that are implemented daily, and they've just never been good for me. Mm-hmm. So I've always made sure I did everything different. And also, like, I notice people are scared. You know what I mean? They don't dream. These are the type of things that I make sure that I do. No fear and dream big. And then have action behind it. You know what I mean? So I just try to break patterns because I just have this sense that anything that's been put or told to us in the last 100 years was told for a working class to stay working.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? They teach you how to have a job, but they don't teach you how to make money. You know what I mean?
Would you consider that a form of slavery?
It's completely a form of slavery. It is slavery, But the trick is to make people not think they're slaves when they are.
How did this trickery begin? What's the point of origin?
I guess when you wanted people to build things for you for free. You wanted people to give you labor. Like pyramids had to get built. Like, honestly, from what I really have read, we come from a slave race. It started with the Anunnakis, coming here to mine gold and turning humanoids into humans so that they could build those pyramids. And that's in the Emerald Tablets, and that's also in the Dead Sea Scrolls. You know what I mean? And if you look at any sort of hieroglyphic or any sort of religion, it always talks about someone coming from the sky. You know what I mean? And there was no way that gorillas could have turned into humans and evolved in that period of time. It just can't happen. So, yeah, I feel like we've been programmed for slavery because that's what we were developed to do. And that's how people have controlled the masses, by making them think they're free when they're not, thinking, getting debt, working and having a 9 to 5, only to be able to afford eating and living. Have nothing else, no more money other than credit to buy other things, which makes you get more jobs so you can pay for that credit. And then you only relax when you're 65.
So would you say that the system you're talking about, these programs you're talking about, are a form of icon? Because we don't really understand them.
I understand them. I understand that I don't want to be a part of that.
But the collective doesn't seem to understand it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, they've been programmed not to understand it.
Are you saying they're victims?
Well, it's a thing where when you're born, and the minute you're born, someone's telling you something day in and day out, then it's hard not to really believe that that's actually the case, especially if everyone else is doing it. And again, I already know that thousands of years ago, people spent years figuring out how to control people for thousands of years.
When did you discover this was a program? What point in your life, what was a pivotal experience you can explain that awakened you to that?
I think when I was 4 years old, I was in nursery school and the teacher yelled at me and I felt funny. Like, when Fred Flintstone starts shrinking.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like the way that feels. And I made a conscious effort to make sure I never feel that way again. And it meant learning how not to give a fuck what anybody's saying. And I never felt that way again. I've never felt like that Fred Flintstone shrinking when Mr. Slate's yelling at him. But I see people shrink all day. 4 years old, I was just like, that's not my narrative. And I can choose to feel away or choose not to.
So you design your own reality.
I design how I react to things. Yeah. And definitely, I architect my reality. I think about what I want, and then I focus real hard. I visualize it for more than a minute and a half. Because anything that you think about for more than a minute and a half becomes a manifestation. So if you think about negative shit for more than a minute and a half, it's going to happen. Like, literally, this shit was funny, because I don't know how this shit happened. But when we were on our way here, because usually I'm powerful in the better way. So we were driving where there's usually traffic. I'm like, yeah, there's no traffic here today. I like that there's no traffic. Literally, a sign came from nowhere right then in that moment and said stop. And we were literally stuck for 5 minutes. And it was like just 4 seconds ago, as soon as I said no traffic, bang. And that was like opposite energy. Usually when I do that, it would be no traffic, but I don't know what happened today. But it's just weird how shit be happening.
So on that note, in terms of manifestation, would you say along your journey, because I'm really interested, you've reinvented yourself in your wheel multiple times?
You evolve.
Okay.
It's not a reinvent, it's get better. If you stay the same after 10 years, you're a moron.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I see people do that. So if you don't get better, it's like if you practice something every day and you don't get better at it, something's wrong. Like if I'm jogging on a treadmill every day and I'm not losing weight, then I'm doing something dramatically wrong. But anything you do over and over again, like especially living, that's why I don't understand why people will do the same shit over and over again with the same result. They want a different result, but they still react the same way and expect a different result.
Einstein says that's insanity.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
So could you describe another, outside of being 4 years old, pivotal moment in your journey when you felt this like big aha moment and you were going to course correct, you were going to consciously evolve?
In the first grade, when I started going to like a white school, and I noticed how they was trying to treat me a little funny, like, why you doing that? Because I'm black? I'm punishing you. And that was also another one for me too. Like realizing that motherfuckers that I thought were weaker than me were trying to control me. And I was getting ready to punch somebody in the chest. So I've always punished my oppressor. And I've always punished, no one oppresses me. I've always punished the bully that's bullying other people. That's what I've always had. I've always took pride in that. You know, I like to oppress the oppressor because usually the oppression comes from insecurity and fear. So you really scared of me if you're trying to control me. Like I'm not trying to control anybody. If you think you're going to do something, go ahead, try. I'm not going to try to make you and trick you into believing you're weaker than me so you don't do nothing to me. I'm not scared of you. Go live. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's what racism is, and that's what criticism is, and that's what worrying about other people is. It's all insecurity.
And
Every bit of it.
When did you fall in love with art?
Consciously?
Yes.
I realized I loved art, I think, after Rockefeller when I was like so like protective of the artist. I never cared about the administrator. I always thought the administrator was corny. I always fought for the artist. And then that's why I opened up art galleries, which you came to,
yes.
DD 172.
Yes.
In the height of everything I was doing, I was like, this shit is corny. And I decided to do it on my own. And I like to look at people that I am inspired by as muses. So, you know, like Rocky became a muse and certain different people became people that I was like, let me figure that life out, but bring luxury to it. You know, and I just was able to like just architect. And I think that's important, is to know what you want as opposed to like letting life give you. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna architect, I'm gonna write that script, or else someone else will write it for me. And I like comedies, I don't like horror flicks. I want my life to be a comedy, and I want to have fun. But if you let somebody else write the script of your life, it's gonna be what they want, and they may not enjoy the same things you enjoy.
And what did Rockefeller represent in your life? Was that a transformational experience? Because
it was just my teen years. Like that was my 20 to 30. I was Rockefeller.
How did that evolve?
It evolved into me doing DD 172.
But how did the birth of Rockefeller for you, that era, how did you come into that?
Well, I was a drug dealer.
Okay.
And I didn't want to sell drugs anymore, but I didn't want a regular job. So I was like, oh, we could do this. But it ended up being harder than a regular job. But, you know, the benefit and the way you actually touch people and affect people is very major. You know, you become very influential, and it becomes a very responsible thing, because when you're doing things that people are emulating, you have to do the right thing. You know, when you're projecting negativity, then you're going to have a bunch of people doing negative things, and you're going to be in a negative world.
Was that something you learned later, or you knew that in real time?
No, I learned that.
Right.
You know, again, I started, Rockefeller was like 19, 18, 20. So I was a kid. You know, but the things I thought about as a child were a lot different than what most people thought about. It actually made me a man, because it was always me making sure everyone else was all right, as opposed to just myself. So what I noticed is people are so much into like self-preservation.
Yes.
That they just don't know how to give a fuck about anyone but themselves. It's like unconsciousness though. You know, like blank. Some people be blank.
Like zombies.
They just, they're just like, fuck everybody else. It's all about me. Just walk into a room and don't give a fuck how they affect anybody.
Did you find that in the hip hop world?
I find that in the whole world.
Right, but I'm specifically in that.
The whole world.
Right.
I didn't just deal with hip hop. You saw what I was doing. I was beating you in ping pong, you and Julie Pacino, in the gallery. That shit ain't have nothing to do with hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in my journey in doing hip hop and doing art and doing movies and doing plays and doing books and doing all these different things and running around the world, all humans have the same problem.
You see it everywhere, and I agree with you.
All
it's just
humans.
that hip hop is a global culture.
Hip hop is a voice for teenagers that are coming from an extreme circumstance and usually are in a place where they have trauma that they have not recognized yet. That's what hip hop is. But you grow out of that. You become older. So, you know, some motherfuckers turn R&B.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the moment Rockefeller went from, like, T-shirts and motherfuckers started wearing collar shirts with a conscious effort to be like, yo, I'm older now. I wasn't with it. But it happened that way.
I love this. You and I used to always have this conversation about the meeting of art and commerce. And I think that's like a very iconic concept because a lot of people feel like they have to dumb down their voice or dumb down their vision in order to create something that would be accessible to the masses.
They think they have to dumb down their vision because they have to make it for dumb people. That's why, like, you know, sometimes I.
So are they not giving people enough credit, or are they actually dumb?
It's just don't fit in. I think it's like, yo, it ain't for you. Just, you know, I smoke weed because people are very silly around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the whole world to me is like moving. You know, even in technology, purposely we're about 1,000 or at least 100 or 2 years behind. Just like, you know, we could have gotten energy for free out the air 100 years ago, but we still using gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though we know. So that's intentional to keep us stupid, to keep us controlled.
Right.
Which, the way you control people is with fear. And everybody's scared.
What do you think the most fundamental fear is? Like if you were to sum it up.
Judgment. Everyone's scared of what everybody else is thinking. Everyone's just scared for no reason. Scared.
How would you tell someone who's stuck in that? I'm actually really curious.
That's my life, is telling people that are stuck in that. I
But
make a television network.
How do you motivate them out of it? How do you motivate them out of that?
I lead by example. If I'm doing it with no fear and I'm 50, you could do it with no fear. You're only 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Motherfuckers be scared their whole life. I'm so sick of people scared for nothing, and I just don't know why. Just scared. Just make themselves stressed out for no fucking reason. Almost every girl I know takes a pill in the middle of the day to be happy. Like 99%.
I heard that, like 90% of the population is medicated.
Yeah, they're all depressed because they're living in a world that they're being controlled. They're told they're free, but they're really not. That would depress anybody. You know, dolphins get depressed when they're and try to kill themselves when they get captured and you know, they're in the games and you know what I mean. No one wants to be a slave.
Do you think fear is the absence of love?
Fear is the absence of heart, courage,
Connection.
It's just fear. I don't understand it. Like, that's one thing I'm not fucking with is fear.
When have you been scared?
I be scared for other people.
Okay.
That's when I'm scared. Like, I might hurt you, bro.
Okay.
Like, I'm really scared for you.
Okay.
You know, I'm scared about how I might react to what you're doing on the wrong day.
Okay.
You know, I'm scared for people I love. Like, when Nicolette goes outside, I'm scared. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? You just never know. Life, we already know what's going to happen in life. We're all going to die. Everyone's going to die. So there's no reason to be scared of that. You know what I'm saying? Just it's how you deal with it.
And how would you explain to people in the world your perspective on persona and the idea of us? I think we're all actors here, like embodying archetype and playing different roles in our relationships and dynamics and things, compared to the essence, like who you actually really, really are. You know, how do you perceive this idea of the masks we wear in the social construct or the way we play out different archetypes?
I don't wear a mask.
No? There's no mask.
There's a camera on me all the time. I'm very consistent. What you see off camera is what you see on camera.
But even being born into this incarnation is a specific role you're playing. You have a specific purpose, a specific...
I guess my purpose is to have as much fun as possible and to create a bubble and generational wealth for my family and the people I love, so they don't have to deal with everyone else's insecurities.
And why do people...
And also to do fly shit.
Do fly shit.
I love to do fly shit.
I know.
I like cool shit. You know, I'm inspired by cool shit. So you saw how happy I got when I was like, oh shit, he's painting over there, and da-da-da. That's cool.
And
I
look,
like
look
shit
at
like that.
look at what he's doing. This is how he's perceiving our conversation right now, and he's gonna explain it later. There's many faces, many layers. This is live art.
That's dope.
So what would you say to people that feel guilty for wanting wealth? I know, why do that? Sort of weird thing.
That's just scared to go get it. That's just an excuse to be like, oh, I want to be rich. You're just scared.
Okay.
Just because you can't be rich, you want to say you don't want it.
And what is going on in the studio we're in? Like, can you fill me in on what's up these days? Because this is pretty amazing.
Yeah, everything. You should have seen it before COVID. I had the whole other side. So it was an art gallery over there. Big. It's a television studio, a movie studio. We do magazines. We do music. You know, we do schools. We do everything here. You know, we have all the cameras. You know, I have a streaming service, a television network. We do fashion. It's just a place where whatever is inspiring us in the moment, we make it and we monetize it. So my thing is to monetize things that I would do for free. I would never work and do something for money that I wouldn't do for free.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that about you. Like, it's all about movement, I feel like.
Action.
And
About that action.
Yeah, inspired action. And I feel like we have that in common. Our debate was always about how indie and out there my shit was. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you still think
I haven't seen your shit.
shit? Oh yeah, you didn't look at it, huh?
Oh yeah. You showed it to me?
I did.
No, when did you show it to me?
I sent it to you after we talked. So the
I
new
didn't see
one,
it.
the one about Mary Pickford.
Oh. Yeah, because you would be like, yeah, because you'd be making things. I'd be like, that ain't gonna make no money, but it's gonna be art. That's what the issue. But it's cool.
My play made money.
I wasn't there.
I know, why
wasn't
were
talking
you
about
there?
that. You didn't invite me.
You were invited.
I might have had a warrant at the time.
I know. What was happening back then?
Everything's happening. You know, I'm a conqueror. You know, when I go down in history, it's gonna be like Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just like that action.
Yeah.
So unless I'm shaking shit up, I don't want to do it.
And how does New York to LA compare for you? Because you were such a New Yorker.
Yeah, LA's about staying home and relaxing and having a nice backyard, where New York is about going outside
Okay.
every day, all day,
Uh-huh.
and just, you know, looking for opportunity and partying, and it's a scene. But LA, people in LA do that. I just don't. I'm in LA to chill, raise my kids. The weather's better. You know, I didn't want to smell the river no more. I wanted to be around oceans. You know, shit like that.
And so you have a healthier lifestyle out here, you feel like?
Yeah,
Are you meditating?
my form of it.
Can you explain that? That's iconic to people right now. It's very powerful. Because you're a manifester and you're a generator. And meditation is a big part of that, right?
Yeah, sort of. Like I dream, and that's when I'm meditating. When I'm, you know, listening to my breath while I'm running, while I'm hitting the bag, while I'm having sex. You know, those things that I do for pleasure that make me better, that's when I dream. Because then the dream is such a great place.
That's beautiful. So you were talking about presence.
Yeah, I like presents. You want to give me one?
My presence is my presence.
Yeah, it's funny when girls tell me that. Like, my gift to you is the fact that I'm here.
Well, you
That shit
opened
would
up that
really
door.
be funny to me.
You just said presence.
I've heard it a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was like I was the OG on that. I've never.
You gotta get a new line.
I've
I've heard that one way.
I've honestly never said it before.
But I've heard it before.
Well, you manifested that. You thought about it more than a minute and a half.
Definitely wasn't thinking about someone telling me that more than a minute and a half. But I've heard it for more than a minute and a half.
There you go. So what's Poppington about?
Poppington is a fashion arm.
Okay.
So, you know, we make all our clothes. Right now I'm wearing New Balance because these are the old school New Balance. They're just too fly. But the socks, I made the socks.
Oh,
You
nice.
See the CEO, the girls got on with the stars.
Yes.
And I walk with, you get a package. I
Oh,
don't know,
sweet.
Why I don't understand why you would take off a CEO shirt to put on an Adidas shirt.
Aww.
Makes no sense. Anyway, go ahead. What you said? That's not even gonna happen. So go ahead. What you said?
So Poppington is the fashion.
It's the fashion arm, yeah. Yeah.
And where did you come up with that word? I feel like I should know about it, but
Well, you know, my AKA became Dusko, which is my son's name. and it was named after like this spy named Dusko Popov, and I was like, I'm Dusko Popov, and this one of the younger people that was working as a graphic designer at my gallery at the time was like, nah, I call you Dusko Poppington. And I was like, all right. You know, he was young. I was like, that sounds cool. But they say it in Harlem a lot. Huddy Ranch used to say it. Huddy used to say it.
Who?
Hud. It's someone that passed.
Oh, okay.
And he used to say Poppington, and I forgot that. I remember like being like, oh, so it's sort of like a Harlem thing.
Oh, okay.
But
cool.
it's funny that like some, you know, artsy downtown kid told me about Poppington. But Dusko was, you know, Dusko Poppington. You know,
I like that it's got like a
but
nice
also,
rhythm to it.
I'm always popping tags. You know, it's about being fresh, popping.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I'm popping. I'm always popping.
Have you ever been depressed?
No.
Never.
I've been sad because of loss of my friends or people I love, but never depressed.
Yeah, I don't relate to depression much either. What do you...
I'm having too much fun for that.
You are.
Like, it would be disrespectful to my life to be depressed. I'm like, yo, I'm having a ball, 50, and I haven't had to grow up a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been just opening up art galleries. 10, 15 years, I've just been opening up art galleries and aggregating content and capturing culture and just having a ball, and I'm around people I like and love, and my family's healthy. The fuck am I be depressed about?
I so agree. It sounds like you have gratitude.
Basically. To me, not being happy is not showing appreciation for your life.
That's powerful. I have to take that in. Yeah, I find a lot of people devalue themselves. And what I found through these conversations is, you know, I've had scientists, I've had authors, I've had actors, all kinds of people on this show so far. And it seems like the most prolific icon that seems to come up is the human being itself. Like, people are on this quest to discover who they are, why they're here, and as Alan Watts, the philosopher, would say, it's like a game of hide and seek. You'll never win, right? You are the all-seeing eye. You are the you you're looking for. You're never gonna find it, right? So I feel like you have, whether in my words you agree or not, like that drawing. That is like the all-seeing eye. I swear.
Yeah.
Wow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's something very like indigenous. It almost looks like a feather coming up.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have a sense of that like there is a unified field. We are all connected. You are here to have fun. You have an appreciation, and you've been through a lot of shit, right?
I don't think I've been through more than anybody else.
Well, it's not about comparison, but you've experienced the experience of going through shit.
I'm 50. So in between my life, people are gonna die, you're gonna get sick, things happen. But, you know, I haven't been traumatized where it's something outside of the ordinary and the natural course of life. You know what I mean? I haven't had, like, I'm diabetic, but I don't consider that traumatizing. I'm lucky that I'm not something else.
Do you believe in trauma as a real concept?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, definitely.
Okay. No, it's just been a question.
And this was an answer.
You definitely do. But you just don't consider any of your experiences trauma.
Well, the things that were traumatizing for me was like seeing people get killed and shot and,
That's major.
you know, right. But
How do you heal from that?
You live a happy life, you go live on the ocean, you fucking keep puppies around you and beautiful women and babies.
Okay.
And you do art. That's how you heal.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love that. So what do you ever come up against any misconceptions about you
I don't care.
with others? I know you don't care, but it's intriguing. Does it ever come to you?
It always comes.
Okay.
You know, I've been in the public eye, and I'm not a rapper, I'm not a singer, I'm not an actor, you know, none of these things. But for some reason, I've been in the newspaper for the last 30 years.
Because you write your own narrative.
Basically, I must be doing something different, right?
Right.
So, the world has had a camera on me the whole time.
Yeah.
Every up, every down, every up, every learning experience. You know, the worst thing that happened was the Aaliyah situation. I lost, you know, at the time, the love of my life.
I know.
But people lose the love of their life.
Right.
So I'm not going to knock it. I'll be like, but the love of my life was Aaliyah.
Right.
You know, I was the person that had, you know, and still does, these opportunities in life. How could I be mad? I was sad. I wasn't mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm never mad at life.
And how do you heal grief? Another
You
icon.
never heal. You just learn to live with.
Okay.
But that's the challenge of being human.
Okay.
That's a challenge everyone has to deal with.
You just learn how to live with it. But you can transmute it, no? Like use it for the art. use it.
I mean, what you do is what I do when things like that happen. And again, I don't even like talking about this shit so much because, you know what I mean? Shit be happening. But, you know, I have a dream to look forward to, so I don't sit in a dark space. So a year ago, Rocky and I actually had lost the baby at 7.5 months. A year ago. So instead of sitting in a dark place, we bought a car, went to Hawaii, came back 3 months later, got pregnant, IVF, bomb. Now we're in a dream. Where last year we were in a nightmare.
So yeah, you
The
transform
dream
that.
is the thing that I had to look forward to keep me out the dark place. And a lot of weed.
And a lot of weed. So weed's your medicine too.
It's one of, yeah,
Do you think it's been your friend for a long time, no?
it's my homie.
It's your homie. It's beautiful. This is amazing because I'm really into all of these things, manifestation and art and the stuff that you're talking about. I've always done things my own way too. So I've respected you since I met you.
Thank
I
you.
didn't know you before I knew you. I didn't pretend to know you. I never read about you. But once I met you, I felt like kindred.
poppin'.
Exactly. And you supported my art, dude.
Always.
Like we brought those worlds together. And I think that's really powerful. Creating bridges between different experiences is I think part of being human. People want to stay in their own little box. I don't.
That's fear.
That's fear. Yes. Chelio, can you tell us something?
Not yet.
Oh, you're not ready yet. This is just so amazing.
If you could bring my tray.
Bring the what?
Tray, the weed.
Oh, yeah.
Drink.
So can you tell us about any of the projects that are specifically going on here?
Yeah,
the
so-
movie you talked about.
I'm about to shoot a zombie movie. I'll show you back there. We're working on a magazine, a children's book. Black House magazine. Yeah, I'll show you stuff.
Okay, cool.
But, you know, it's so much. It's, you know, I have 8 octopus legs moving at all times.
And you had a mega love story since I met you. Because Rocky was working in the space.
Yeah.
And so you've been together how long now?
Like 13 years.
What? Wow, that's so beautiful.
Every day for 13 years.
And you guys moved out to LA when?
Like 6, 7 years ago.
6 or 7 years
Because of my
ago.
daughter. My daughter's, and also that drink. My daughter's, they moved out here with their moms. So I closed the galleries down and just came out here.
Oh, they all moved out here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why I'm out here, I think.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't know. Noel Ashman just caught me up a little bit.
Yeah, I've been talking to him. He always calls me. He just sent me a script.
He did. Oh, he sent me with the same one, I think.
Which one?
Baby and something.
I don't know.
It's got 2 words. It's just for me. I've been working on this Mary Pickford project for 10 years, just so you know.
That's a labor of love.
It's coming out at the end of this year, people. And guess what the title is?
Labor of love.
Why not choose love?
It's always about love.
A Mary Pickford manifesto, because she birthed Hollywood from this place of love, and her story got buried, and she wrote a pamphlet about universal love as the highest frequency, and she was such a spirit.
It's the only currency that translates into all dimensions. is love.
Exactly. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great note to end on. So, Chelio,
Yeah.
we need some messages here
Okay.
because
Yeah,
we
that
are
Indian
all
fella.
about the
You
love
got some paper?
Oh, amazing.
and the medicine,
Yeah.
the healing medicine. All right, tell us what you perceive here.
We're gonna do a musical performance in a minute
Okay.
for your show.
Oh, perfect.
Also, we're gonna NFT whatever he does. How about that?
Oh my gosh.
So, the microphone working? Yes.
I think so. Can we hear?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
It'll take.
Can we hear Chelio on Zoom, Stephanie?
Okay. Oh, okay. So, okay. Can I have this?
Yeah, but he's not projecting.
Thank you so much. I'm very intricate situation. So, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Jane's a performer too. Jane, you want to perform?
Sure.
Want to do the Rihanna song?
down. Which one?
Okay. The
Love on the Brain?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's amazing. She has originals too, and it's just a really. Oh.
Okay. Can I talk?
You're gonna have to change it.
Okay,
Okay.
I will. But
I want you to have people that help you out.
Do you want to come over? I don't know.
No, it's okay because I have good
Okay.
position. Okay, so today happen these things. So we have a very important.
This is what you want to do?
We have a very
I don't
important.
understand. We're in a conscious effort to change from being swaggy.
Okay.
So
They
David,
wear Adidas without Adidas.
he's telling us about.
Oh, he's telling us?
Yeah.
I was gonna go
So
over
you
there.
come
Oh,
here.
yeah, we go over there.
I was gonna go over there. I want to see what
Yes, you come close to me. Then. So today happen these things. So I feel the energy about a woman about this. But woman look in the past. Look in the past is very confused, very intricate. So we have one building, yes, but it's like no breath. It's like a cage or something can compress alive. And so we have a silent man over there, and a man over there scream like, stop, I'm tired, I want to be free, or something like this.
That's me.
So I think so, yes. So this very important part in your life is
Could be a
this.
leader that died. Or my mother. A lot of different women that are angels protecting me.
Oh, did you recognize?
He feels it, yeah.
Well, that's,
Okay.
that's the girl that in my past.
Oh, amazing. So close have a man. He's a person over there. He's in the shade, but he's present. So she look at the past confused. A man in the dark, a cage, scream, but all become clear and build a new life. This is a new life, a new building. It's not clear yet. It's not clear yet.
You're in a new building. That's it.
It's intricate
Yeah.
building because many things inside, and maybe have to position everything in the right place
It's a lot of moving parts.
to make order.
Yeah.
But
Make order, yeah.
the projection is in the future.
Mhm.
So this is what happened today about the energy can I perceive today.
Oh, that's beautiful,
Wow.
Chelio.
Thank you.
That's really
Fine.
beautiful. Thank you,
it's like a psychic
David.
reading.
It's like a meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel that
So
energy.
nice to connect with you, for real.
I know.
Really. I know. Thank you, Chelio.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Charlie. I like
It's
this.
amazing work in this place.
So what, I get to keep that? What happens?
So,
What
Yeah,
happens?
sure.
I'm gonna NFT it though.
Yeah.
okay.
We NFT it. I'm gonna make
Alright,
a move.
we're gonna
We're gonna make it
sign off.
trippy and
Thank
make
you,
it move.
everyone.
That was fly. Wait.
Lots of love.
What they gonna perform now? You want to see the
Oh, we're
performance?
gonna perform. We
We're
have
gonna
a
get a
performance.
performance.
Never mind. Yeah.
Shut up, y'all. Let's do it.
And Jane, are you down, Jane?
Surprise.
Will you take over?
But
You have to have some sort of a different experience when you do something.
He wants an original, so. No. Yeah, bring it back.
So I stopped the video. Yeah. I
You can hold the live.
flash.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Uh,
Some shit I've been doing.